Greetings everyone, it's Larry here with Southwest Florida Holsters. Today we're going to talk about toaster ovens. Hopefully I can give you some insight and things to look for that will help you when shopping for a toaster oven. Today we're going to check out two different brands of ovens, a Hamilton Beach and a GE. I'll start off with the Hamilton Beach. I bought this at Target. It's a $99 oven, and at first look feature-wise, it seems to be the oven to beat all ovens. Its capacity is incredible. It has a 13.5-inch width by 12.5-inch depth. Comes with a nice broiler tray drip pan to shield the bottom elements. It has 3 shelf slots that give you flexibility. A wonderful big flat top for heating your foam. However, in testing, the top didn't get as hot as the GE. If I remember correctly, the outside temp was only around 120 to 130 degrees. I think they insulate it a little bit better than some of the other ovens. The left side temp did get over 150 though, so it's kind of a hot spot on this side. The right side stayed cool. That's the positives. Now things go downhill fast, very fast. The first biggie is temperature fluctuation. With the temperature set at 150 degrees, this oven will heat to about 250 to 270 before the thermostat kicks out. And then the temperature will fall to about 125 before the thermostat kicks in again. And that fluctuation is too much. Another setting was 200 degrees. I checked that one, set it at 200, and the thermostat doesn't kick out until over 300, and then the temp falls way below 200 before it kicks in again. So the temperature fluctuation is definitely too much for me to handle. And the second biggie, on bake and convection setting, this oven heats both top and bottom elements, which means you'll have to make an upper heat deflector, or you'll have to void your warranty, remove the cover, and disable the upper elements. And I doubt that many will feel comfortable doing that. These are just too big of obstacles for me. I may have got a bad oven, that's a possibility. But with the top element issue, I'm giving up and not trying another one. And I had such high hopes for this oven, it's so sad. Anyway, if you absolutely need the capacity and feel that you can deal with these obstacles, it could work, but it's not something that I can recommend. Just keep in mind, these are my opinions. I could have my head somewhere it doesn't belong. So, treat these as opinions only. So let's move on to the GE, and I'll tell you what I think of that one. Okay, here we are with the GE toaster oven. I'm going to go over some of the basics of why I like this oven so much for the people that haven't seen me talk about it in other videos. Its capacity has 12.25-inch wide by 12-inch deep. It has 3 shelf capability for those that feel ambitious enough to be able to do 3 sheets of Kydex at one time. This is the cookie sheet that I cut to fit, and it's worked out really well. I like the nose stick. It makes a real nice sliding area for the Kydex. You can spin it around easy. The broiler tray I leave in so it isolates the lower elements from the bottom of the Kydex tray so it doesn't heat it up so quickly. The upper element does not come on in the bake mode, rotisserie mode, which was very important, because if the upper element comes on, that direct heat going down on the Kydex is just too hard to control. And this oven does not use the upper element in the convection mode. Temperature control. Temperature control is really good on this oven. It does not correspond to the dial as far as temperature, but the control is good. The thermostat turns on and turns off often enough to keep the temperature within the proper range. At 150 degrees, it will hover 200 to 210. And that's basically as low as this oven will go, is 200 degrees. Basically what I do when I do Kydex is I start out at 150, which is 200 degrees. I let it sit for 6 minutes at that setting, and then I bump it up to 250. And at the 250 setting, this runs around 270 to 300 degrees. So for 6 minutes at that setting, the Kydex just basically is being heated up to 300 degrees. And then I walk over and stay with the Kydex. I turn it up to 350 and monitor it with the digital temperature probe. And when it reaches temperature, we're ready to go. I'd be interested in other people to find out what your times are as far as heating Kydex. I mean, the Kydex manual, I think they call it dwell time, and I haven't really had a need to try to go faster than 15 minutes. I mean, 6 minutes on one setting, 6 on another, and it's about 3 to 5 minutes on the last setting. But it would be interesting to see just how hot we can start. Maybe we can start the Kydex at a higher level and you know, maybe make that heat time less to where you could do more sheets per hour. I'd be interested in hearing other people to see what you're able to do with how many presses you can get done in an hour. Other than that, I'm just very happy with the oven. I had mentioned I do my polymer clay in this oven, and you have to learn the oven. The temperature dial is not going to work. You learn your oven where it is. But once I've learned these settings, I know that if I set the dial right here, that this oven will hover between 260 and 275. And that's perfect for doing my polymer clay. I don't have to worry about it. I set it for 30 or 40 minutes at this setting. I can walk away and I know that that temperature isn't going to spike up to 350 for 8 minutes and then come back down again. That's the problem that I had with the Hamilton Beach. So it passes the temperature fluctuation, it has the right capacity, and the third thing is the price point. $50 for the oven has been a reasonable price. Most of the larger capacity ovens are 70, 100 or more, and they don't really have as good a space options as this. You're more cramped. I know the KitchenAids are expensive. Well, they're much shorter and cramped in this area, so you don't have as many options. There are other ovens out there that are larger capacity, but I just haven't felt the need to try them because of the price, and this one has functioned as well as it has. Now the problem is whether we're going to be able to get these ovens or not. I went to our Walmart a couple days ago. They still have the demonstration model or show model, but they didn't have any boxes on the shelf. Online it says that not available at this time. So I'm kind of worried that maybe this model might be either phased out, changing, or something. So other than that, I think that pretty much covers it. The Hamilton Beach is out, and the GE is still the winner in my book. You can look at KitchenAid Oster. There's a few Osters. Sam's has an Oster for $70. That Oster has what I consider a design flaw. There's a crumb tray at the bottom, and when you open up the door, every time you open it, it pops the crumb tray out. And you have to push crumb tray back in. And for $70 with a design flaw like that in it, I'm going, I don't know, I don't think I want to spend my time on it, although it may work. Other than that, I can't really suggest many other units in the price range and the size capability. So I'd like to hear from other people. If someone else has got an oven that they're just super happy with, let us all know. Tell us in the comments, give me an email or whatever. Hopefully this video will help you make a decision, and hopefully we can get the ovens. That's the big one. That's going to be the big concern. So anyway, oh, there is one other thing I wanted to cover, and that was the wattage. Please bear with me while I learn all this video editing stuff. I'm not really, I kind of wing it. Don't have a script or anything, and I forgot about this. Anyway, this is the wattage, and the luxury of having an oven that only uses the bottom element is the total current is less. This is 1,065 watts, whereas the Hamilton Beach uses 1440. And this one will too. If you put it into toast mode, it jumps up to 1450, 1470, and that to me is unnecessary for doing Kydex. I mean, it works just fine with a single element, and why waste 400 watts of electricity burning up for nothing? Another topic that I forgot to mention, and that is digital controlled ovens. When I was reading the reviews and doing research on Amazon, there were quite a few complaints about the digital controlled ovens, more so than the analog dial, in regard to failure rate and functionality, that it takes too many steps on some of these ovens to do basic things, that they default to a setting where each time you want to do something you have to, you know, press your dial, rotate your dials, press your buttons, and do too many steps to do simple things. And that could be a real pain. So keep that in mind. So if you're considering, in fact, Walmart has an Oster digital that's a good sized oven, but it's digital controlled, and I've never really felt the urge to look into it after reading what I've read on Amazon. And it might be worthwhile checking into, because it is a 13-inch wide capable oven. So just keep that in mind. Digital controlled ovens could be a problematic. So I think that about covers it. If anybody else out there has got an oven that you're really happy with, let us know. Make a comment and let everybody know. And if you got an oven that you're not happy with, let everyone know. Maybe we can get a little list going, and John at Philly EDC can make sure that everybody gets the information. So anyway, I think that covers it for this, and till next time, stay safe.